Hello, welcome to Yoga with Mo. We're going to do a short yoga session today. Thank you for joining me. So if we can all start sitting cross-legged on our mats. We want to have our spine straight, our shoulders back. And let's just check in with our bodies. Let's sit here for a moment, close down our eyes. Notice your breath. Is your breath fast? Is maybe your breath shallow? Could you focus on taking deeper, longer breaths? So let's take in a nice deep inhale and exhale through our mouths. So now let's start by rotating our upper torso in circles. Notice if there's any tight spots. Maybe you want to linger in that tight spot for a moment. And come back around. Circle. And as you circle, maybe you can make your circles bigger. Loosening up our upper body and our hips. And let's go the other direction. Okay, go around once. Nice big circles. Oh, I found a tight spot. Linger in those tight spots for a moment. Don't forget to be taking your deep breaths. Now come back to center. Let's let our legs come out and wiggle them a little bit. Make sure you're still sitting up nice and tall, and let's point our toes up to the sky. And with our toes, let's bring our arms up to the sky. And flex our toes, arms come down. Point your toes. And now inhale, flex your toes up. Point your toes down. Flex your toes up. And point your toes down. Okay, now let's come around onto our knees. Sitting like this. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, right arm comes down and stretch over. Nice side stretch. Deep inhale, back up to center. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, left arm comes down. Big stretch. Come back to center. Okay, this time inhale, arms up, and we're going to twist over to the right, looking behind us. And come back to center. Inhale, arms up, and twist to the left. Coming back to center. Okay, shake out those shoulders. And now we're going to come over to tabletop position. So for tabletop, we want to have our knees right under our hips, and we want to have our hands right under our shoulders. Okay, so let's just start off at tabletop, and let's do some hip circles here, just loosening up the body. Taking in deep breaths, and circle the other direction. Okay, now I want you to stretch out your right leg pivot on your toes, warming up that leg. Okay, now lift that leg up and cross it over your other leg and look back at that leg. And this is called wagging your tail. Feel that stretch? You should feel that stretch on your right side. Okay, now bring that leg back to center. Shake it out. And now stretch your left leg back and pivot on your toes. Warming up that left leg, we lift that leg up and we cross it over our right foot and we turn back and we look at it to wag our tail on the right side. Take a nice deep breath on that stretch and come back to center. Okay. So now that we've warmed up, let's do some cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, curve your spine in and tuck your chin. Exhale, take a breath here. And then inhale for cow. Try to connect your breath to this movement. Okay, now for the next thing is we're going to make sure our hands are planted down, our feet are curled, and we're going to lift up for our first downward dog of the day. Okay, keep your knees bent here and go ahead and walk your dog. You want to make sure that your spine stays flat and straight. And so if you really need to bend your knees to make that happen, that's okay. Okay, now come back down. Alright. Come back up here. Sitting on our, we're kind of on our knees, we're not sitting. Alright, so let's have our hands on our hips. Take your left leg out. Arms up. And drop down your right arm and stretch your left arm overhead. Another side body stretch. And exhale. Coming back up. Now bring that leg forward. Okay. Make sure our hips are square. And can you bend down at all? Right now would be a great time to have 2 blocks on either side. Pillows work too. And if you can touch the ground, that's great. We're bending forward. Feeling that stretch. All right. Come back up. Bring that foot in. Okay. Now let's do the right side. Leg comes out. Arms come up. Deep breath. Exhale your left arm down and stretch your right arm up and overhead. Feel that stretch. Focus on being inside of your body. Feeling all the muscles and feeling your breath. Come back up. Now let's bring that foot up in front of us. It's okay if you lose your balance, and if you need, you can find props to hold on to. Maybe you put 2 chairs on either side of you, or you have some pillows here, or maybe you have yoga blocks already. So now we're going to come forward as far as you can with keeping your legs straight for a hamstring stretch. Very good, guys. Now come back to center, and now let's stand up. Okay. And now we're gonna inhale our arms up to the sky. Our gaze comes up with our hands. Exhale, swan dive down. Touch your hands down to your toes, bend your knees. Inhale, put your hands on your shins and look up halfway. Go like this. Exhale your hands back down. And then inhale, come down back to tabletop. And here, you can choose to do tabletop, or if you'd like a challenge, you can do plank. Hold plank and exhale, come down. Inhale, up. Or upward dog. Exhale, come back to table. And now we're going to transition to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Inhale your right leg up. And exhale, bring it through. Okay. And now inhale your hands back down. And bring that leg back to downward facing dog. Now inhale your left leg up. And bring that leg through. Coming up onto your right knee. And exhale your hands back down. Come back down to downward facing dog. Okay, now you can walk or hop your legs up to your hands or a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, come all the way back to hands to heart center. Okay. Now we're going to wind down our yoga class by coming back down to our mats, onto our mats here with our feet out in front of us. And let's put our hands out like this. Lift one leg up, set it back down. Lift the other leg up, and set it back down. Lift both legs up. See how long you can hold this. 3, 2, 1, and down. Now we're going to slowly go one vertebrae at a time. Come down onto our mats. Bring our knees up to our chest. And let's do a little bit of rocking side to side. Thanking our body for coming to yoga practice today. Okay, now you could bring your hands down and your legs down, and we're going to relax for Shavasana, final resting pose of yoga. Here you want to allow every muscle in your body to relax. And just take some deep breaths. Start bringing life to your fingers and your toes. Slowly roll over to one side. And bring yourself back up to seated position. Thank you so much for joining me with Yoga with Mo. I hope that you had a good time And I'm going to continue to post short yoga videos as an introduction to yoga. And I will see you next time.